What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, RedemptionAgency.com, 23 years selling full-time on eBay. We are Monday morning. So we are going to see how the weekend played out. We're going to see how the mornings played out because it's not pretty. As normal, Sunday nights, they do maintenance and huge shutdown. I think I've had one thing sell in the last, we're at 11, so 12 minus 3, 8 hours. 9 hours, sorry. It's early. So one item in the last 9 hours have sold. And that would be on the media store, which was a $20 CD. So on the clothing store right now at 8 a.m. I have $0. And that means I got one sale of $27.42 on the media store. So and we know all the problems that are going on. Being they let us know the problems now. Well, at least those big issues with checkouts and offers and such. But how long does it take to fix those? You know, they've been going on forever. Have they been working on them forever? It just finally got to the point where it got so big that they said to come out and say, hey, this is a problem. But what did yesterday? So yesterday started off, my media store started off with $0, while my clothing store started off with $130. But I think we finished out all right. So hopefully today will be a nice bounce back day too. So yesterday on the clothing store, 403.34. So close to the 500 mark. And see if there's any international sales yesterday. I'm not sure if there was or not. Boom, and wait a minute. Sorry. My bad. So the 403 was my media store. Yeah, I was on the wrong browser. So 403.34 was my media store. So close to 500. That's up 4.3 from the day before, but and the clothing store was 539.54. So $943 Sunday. Oh, that was a cha-ching, wasn't it? That just went right by me. Yeah. $6 hat. I took an offer on this morning. So we're at $13 now on the clothing store. So hopefully we'll get some floodgates opening up and get some sales. How did the weekend play out? The weekend was probably pretty bad. Friday was pretty rough over here. Friday on the clothing store, not even $200. Pretty rough. All right. So there to there. So for the 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, on the clothing store, $984.24. That's down 1.4%. 50 items sold. Hats, of course, being number 1. T-shirts, number 2. Women's hats, number 3. And on the media store, $1,368. So for the weekend, $2,352. Over here, that's up 6.3%. Number one going to be CDs, 2 cassettes, 3 vinyl. So that's it. Only one Posh order this whole weekend. So that was pretty lame. Pretty lame. And this is why I'm messing with Posh, because I had an item sell that I can't find. I'm pretty sure it sold on Posh. So why wasn't it taken down by Vendu? Just another question on it. Is it worth it anymore to mess with so much stuff? It's just, I don't know. If eBay would just work properly, I wouldn't have to worry about cross-posting. Whoops, I forgot to take that one off because that just sold. Okay. Then I could just put all my efforts into eBay. First up, we got this clear blues tote bag. This sold for $12. Headed out to Ellisville, Missouri. There's the baby girl there. Pee-wee, we're right where today is the 2-month anniversary of not having a seizure. But he's got this other thing going on. I thought it was just because of the heat was on so consistently, because we had 0 to 10 degree days. But he hasn't stopped yet. It's like periodic panting. And then, but like when he's distracted, he's not doing it. So I'm not sure. I gave him extra medicine last night just in case it's an anxiety thing. So I gave him some trazodone also. So he's probably going to sleep most of the day today. But yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on it, because if it just keeps happening, then I'm going to have to get him looked at just in case he's having a breathing issue or something. I'm like overprotective of him. All right, Sheila. Or no, Shelly. That's why I wear glasses. Shelly. Next up, we've got come on, ain't that difficult. We got a Ford hat, sold for $10.50, headed to Roseville, Minnesota. Roseville, Minnesota. White. Next up, are you ready for a hat lot? We got Fila. We got Under Armour. We got Under Armour. So, $10.50, $10.50, $10.50. Buy 2, get 1 free. Headed to Weatherford, Texas. This weekend I was kind of, flipping through YouTube a lot. Wasn't really watching things. I'd click on something for maybe a minute and then click off, but like my curiosity is growing with some of these channels, like you guys, if you watch more videos than I do, you probably already know, but like who discusses their costs, and do they disclose that when they, talk about their cost of items? Because a lot of these people are, are buying. And why I bring it up is because, when I used to look at Tech and Sports Store, and then when I heard that he used to pay $4 a piece for his clothing, yet he was selling everything so cheap at such a discounted rate, you had to do huge volume just to pull forward. But then I see some of these other people who aren't doing that kind of volume, yet they're paying up for their merchandise. $4 a pop is paying up to me for merchandise. And it makes me question their overall stability. Are you ready for a big ass visor lot? Good Lord. All right. Now, that might seem a little normal. Then we got big, and we got bigger. I got 3 visors. $10.50 a piece, buy 2, get 1 free. Headed to Morrow, Ohio. So I'm looking at some of these going, how are they? I wonder if they're struggling, because you look at their store, they only have a couple thousand items or whatever. And the turnover rate doesn't look all that impressive, but yet they're still having to pay up for their items. So my curiosity was just rolling this weekend. That's all. Nothing more than that. 1086. Karen. But I'm wondering, like, in 12 months, how many more people are going to drop off? We got this cut off Jägermeister t-shirt. This sold for $10.50. Head to Frisco, Texas. Texas. Like, if I still had to buy right now, I'd be in trouble. Honestly. Just because my profit, like right now, almost 2 months into the year, my profit for the year is, I think we're at $1,800. So if I was over $1,800, I would be going backwards. But then again, the stuff I buy is slow and cheap, so it's a different world. And of course, if you don't know, by profit, I mean that covers all the bills, including payroll. Joe. And lastly, over here, we've got Weston Kids Club hat, sold for $6. Headed to Atlanta, Georgia. Other people might, be buying more. They're sold per item is probably higher than mine. I think my point is, it's kind of rough this year. Started off, January was horrible, right? And I think that's really put me behind, being it was so bad. And the more I see some people talk about it who are up front with it, they felt it too. So then it makes me question those who don't talk about it, yet are still putting out good money for, their merchandise. Like, how scared are they right now, type of thing. Because this business is not easy. It's not easy. Like I said, that's why, I think it's almost unavoidable. And I said almost, that you have to pile on some debt, when you're running a business. And not that there's anything wrong with that, as long as you know what you're doing and you have your plan on how everything should work and things like that. But how many of those sellers, like, I don't recall ever clicking on a video and somebody saying they have X amount in debt, right? Now, I'm not saying that they don't say it. I'm just saying I haven't run across a video where somebody says, hey, this ain't easy. I do have blah, blah, blah in debt, etc., etc. But like I said, debt's not a bad thing. Borrowing somebody else's money is not a bad thing if you get it at the right percentage. And you have a game plan on what you're doing, how you're growing. You're putting the work in to cover it all. All right, the only thing that sold over here so far this morning is WWF Forcible Entry CD, sold for $20, headed to Holiday, Tennessee. Holiday, Tennessee. Thomas. Next up, Daniel's Big Feelings. Daniel needs to put his damn feelings away. Freaking suck it up. That's what Daniel, how about Daniel needs to suck it up? Screw Daniel's feelings. Suck it up, Buttercup. I'm gonna write some kids' books or something called Suck It Up, Buttercup. Screw your feelings. Life isn't fair, get over it. I sold for $5, headed to Wisconsin. Dream tall, fall short. I'm trying to think of some other book titles I can write. Nose today. I trimmed my hair this morning so it wouldn't be so itchy. My stomach's still making noise, even though I ate too much this weekend because it was my birthday weekend. I had carne asada with cheese enchilada and chips on Saturday. And then last night I had Chili's dry rub ribs with chips and salsa. Red Star. Yay! Let the sales start rolling in. We're after 8 a.m. I got Jane Child cassette single. Sold for $5 headed to Bakersfield, California. Again, like my sales shut off at 11:30 last night. It was a late start to the day, but still I had over a $900 day. So there again shows why I constantly say I should be doing $1,100, $1,200, a day, because those hours didn't used to be cut off to nothing. So used to be free flowing every hour of the day. We got R. Kelly, CD only, sold for $5, headed to Minneapolis, Minnesota. I did go in and raise up my international pricing. I was still at $12.99. They're charging $13.99, so I went up to $14.99. So I went up $2 for each item. So I'll probably see a little slowdown in international orders. I'd like to come up with a way to frickin' get mail around the world at a cheaper price. Wings, 45. Sold for $5, headed to Humble, Texas. Texas. So people could ship cheaply once again. And the online sales would flourish. Casey. Next up, are you ready? Hey, for a CD live? Yeah. We got Little Green Men. Boink. Asking Autumn. So we got 14. Oh, they're all $14.50. And buy two, get two free. Farewell. And Fizzgig. We're using up my stuff before I have to repurchase. Using it up. So I think I can wait off another maybe week before I have to order supplies. Kyle. And lastly over here, we got the green piece CDs. Something must have revived this or something. These things usually sit, but I sold one last week and now I sold this one. Sold for $5, headed to Oregon. So something happened to get people interested in this again. Andrew. Shut up, stomach. Got my scan forms this morning. Let's see. And we'll see. What's up, baby girl? I gotta stop by the pet store, get a new pooper scooper. I broke mine this weekend. It's so old, it was like dry rotted. Because he still, Pee-wee, wants to eat poop. I don't know where this new obsession comes from. I mean, he even his own poop. So now that the snow is melted, I can see it all. I can get out there and try to get every little piece up. I filled half a bag the other day till it broke. So I'm going to get out there today because I'm tired of babysitting them. I used to let him outside to go to the bathroom. I have to babysit him. with the weather gets warm, I like leaving the back door open so they can come and go as they please. So I gotta make sure I get all that poo cleaned up. Every little bit of it. So that's all for me. We're at 8:30. So I gotta get that done today. So we're at $30 on the media store. And $30-ish on the other store. So we're at $60 at 8:30. So usually when they turn off overnight, it's usually about 8 somewhere between the 8 and 9 hour things start flowing back in. So hopefully it'll do that again today. All right, short video today, but I'll have another pulling video out tonight. I'll try to do something a little bit more creative today with it. Try to come up with something a little outside the box to add to the video. I'm usually just so boom, 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 go, 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 I don't even think about it. So if I can put some thought into it today, do something a little different. I'm trying to figure out a way to do them and kind of market them. Because I got an idea on, like, when you go to a yard sale, you're watching people go through stuff at a yard sale. So what's the difference of them going through a yard sale as me going through a basement sale? There's wording I haven't used, a basement sale. Maybe I'll bring my strap harness in from my car, because it's in my car for when I go to yard sales. I can put my phone on them and record them. But maybe I'll go back to the strap down here and do the whole pooling aspect. But then again, then I have to do but if I'm only doing a few at a time, it won't seem so daunting not using the phone and staying in one area. So there'll be a lot of back and forth. But if I'm only doing, 2, 4, 5, 6 at one time, it won't seem like I'm wasting a lot of time, even though overall throughout the collective day I would be. But if I could do that and then market it as a basement sale, kind of like a yard sale thing, then maybe they'll get more views that way. Thinking. And then I'm wondering, like, I got these old band flyers, local band flyers. And I've been thinking about would I be able to get away with having them selling copies of them? Like, they're local bands. I don't think they're I think there's only one of them that I can see right here that's still around. So it's not like they would have a legal team to come after me or anything, right? So, and if I put in, they are copies of the original. So I'm thinking about doing something like that. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different ones, 6 different ones hanging up here. But the problem is they're not like nationwide popular bands, so there'd be a limited audience, local audience. Some international, I'm sure, but I'm trying to find those items that are just, I can do in a, list one, but have many quantities of. That could be one thing. All right. I got work to do. I got a yard to clean up today. So that is all for me. Thanks, everybody. And I will see you all in the next video. Should I do a freaking camera of me cleaning up poop in the yard? Should I film that? Would you guys really want to see me poop scooping? That could be an awesome YouTube video. Actually, I might do that just for the stupidity of it. People would be like, gross. But if it's grossed out and stupid and why the hell would you do something like that? That might be something that might take off. I may just do that for the fun of it. That would be awesome. Now that I'm thinking about it. But if I could do it with, because I got the trash bag in one hand, I got the pooper thing in the other. How would I hold the phone? So maybe I'd just wear the thing, and you wouldn't be able to see the poop though that way. No, I gotta put some thought into this. I can make a crazy video. All right, I'm out. I'm done. All right, thanks everybody. I'll see you all in the next video. Yeah, later.